Thank you, Chris. Always a special night to honor Bobby Slick Leonard. A memorable night for my next guest, Nate McMillan, your new head coach of the Indiana Pacers. Congratulations, and your initial thoughts on this night. It's been an interesting 5 months getting ready for the season opener.
And I have been thinking about this night for 5 months, and just excited, just as the players are. We've gone through a really good training camp, and we've had 6 preseason games, and now it's time for the real deal, and everybody's excited to get going, and so am I.
So much of the early training camp talk was about pushing the tempo, and you wanted them to run when they could. But I've heard you reference the last couple of weeks not to be reckless. How do you balance getting out and running, but then also not being reckless with the basketball?
Well, we got to take care of the ball. The main thing is it starts from the defensive end of the floor. I think we got to certainly do a better job than we did in preseason of defending the basketball without fouling. We have to rebound the ball. We've been a good rebounding team over the last few years, and we have to continue to be a good rebounding team. That's going to take everybody getting on the boards. We're not as big as we've been the last few years, but in order to get yourself in that running game and establish tempo, you have to get stops and rebound the ball. Now, once we do that, we want to be, as I said, there's a method to that madness in a sense. We don't want to just go down and run and gun. We want to get good ball movement, man movement, execute in our early offense. If we're forced to play a half-court game, we want to execute for the good shot in our offensive sets.
Some of the rebounding responsibility falls on Myles Turner's shoulders, moving from the 4 primarily last year to the 5. How have you seen him sort of adjust after missing the first couple of weeks of training camp, and how do you avoid putting too much pressure on a 20-year-old's shoulders?
Well, he did a great job for us last year, and I thought in the playoffs he really adjusted to playing the 5 position. He played a lot of 4 last year, started for us at the 4, played some 5 in the playoffs, and did a good job. This year he will solely be at the 5 position. I don't really see us playing him at the 4 position. It's going to require him to be a man down there. He's going to have to grow up fast because defending that basket, we've had centers in the past that have done great jobs for us defending the basket, defending and pick and rolls. This day the game involves the 5-man and pick and rolls probably 80% of the time. So Myles making his reads, making his calls in the pick and roll defense, and then rebounding the ball for us. He's going to have to grow up, and I think, for us, we're not putting a lot of pressure on him. He's still developing. He's pretty much learning on the job for Myles, but I love what this kid brings to the floor each and every night. And when you get the effort that he brings, a lot of times good things are going to happen.
Finally, a quick thought on the Mavericks. You know about Rick Carlisle, but with Barnes and Bogut added to their mix, how does that change, and what have you seen from them in the preseason?
Well, it's an experienced team, and you have 3, 4 guys over there that have a ring, so they know how to win. They know what it takes to win, and you add Barnes and Bogut to a very talented team with Dirk, who seemed like he's ageless, who's still very effective. Rick Carlisle, who's had a championship. That team has experience. They know how to win. Wesley Matthews I had him in Portland. This guy is fearless. So it's going to be a team that we're going to have to beat, and we're going to have to be the aggressors against this group tonight. They will mix up their coverages defensively with some zone, so we can't be surprised by that. And we have to, just be the aggressors on both ends of the floor tonight.